Alright, this is the second video for the two-point perspective demonstration, and just to reiterate what we have set up here, we've got our picture plane with our station point, and we've already established the length and width of the building. So now I'm going to create the doors and windows and the roof for the gable of the roof, not actually the roof, but the gable walls of the triangular shape of the building, and then we'll create the roof as a third step. So starting from the station point, I'm going to go back to my construction lines and use the ray command again. And this is the quickest way to just mark where all of the openings edges are. You only have to be concerned about where the openings are on the outside edge of the building. You don't have to worry about the inside edge. You may want to do that as a second step if you wanted to add depth to the windows. But for today, we're just going to do it this way. So we've got all the lines, and where they cross the picture plane is where we're going to transfer them down to the bottom. I'm going to get rid of the lines that defined the edge of the building so we're not confused by them. And then I'm going to use the construction line layer again to just draw our first line to define one of the windows. And I'm just going to copy to each one of the intersections that cross the picture plane. And what this will do is show me where my windows are positioned widthwise, but I don't have height. So to get height, we're going to use our elevation. And I'm going to draw a line from the top edge of the windows here, not the trim, but the top edge of the windows. And this is a rough line, so this might not be exact, but once I project it over to my vertical measuring line, if it's close again to an actual node with actual feet, I'm probably going to use that instead. So I'm going to use that node right there for the height. And then let's project width. So use the line command. I'm going to go from the sill of the window right around here and project that over to make sure you're using a straight line. Now this happens to be kind of right in the middle, so I am going to use that one instead of one of these nodes, because that's quite a bit off, so I'm going to use that one. So now I've got height information for the windows anyway, and the height information for the window is probably the same height information for the door. That's the way I would have designed it anyway, so I'm going to use that for the door as well. To get height on this side of the wall, we need to use our vanishing point on this side. So we'll draw a vanishing point line from the vanishing point through that height reference, and we'll do the same thing for the sill height. So this sill height would be ignored at the door. That's where the door is, right there. So we can go ahead and trim the lines for the door between these two lines and this line. Looks like I missed one. So there's the door, and then we've got the window lines here just to outline the windows. So I'm going to use the trim command to trim those out as well. And we can take all of those and put them onto the object layer now, because we know that those are actual features. We're going to repeat those steps on this side, but we have to go through the have to go through the vanishing point right this time. So I'm going to draw a line from the vanishing point through the height, and again from the vanishing point through the sill height. Now there is a second sill height over here for this window, so I'm going to draw another line for the reference of that sill height in the back window by the bathroom, and see where that hits my vertical measuring line. And I'm going to use that reference as well. It's a little too far away from that node, so I'm going to use that. And that defines that window back there. So again, we'll just use our trim command. Looks like I might be missing. I'm missing a reference line here, so I'll go back to my station point, and you can see that I missed that second point right there, or first point of the second window, and then we want to go from that right there. So I'll copy this line over to here, and that should give us the correct layout now. There we go. Now we see our two windows. So I'm going to use the trim command and trim around all of the, make sure you get that sill for the shorter window there. And I want to get rid of all the lines for the sill for that shorter window right to there. And then these can all just trim to the very next edges. Looks like we'll have to just go and erase some lines over there. And these just need to get erased. They're just extra construction lines. And again, these are going to be put on the object layer. I also missed that edge there. And now what we've done is defined all of our window and door features. So the next step is to create the roof. So I'm going to pause this and go to the next video for that.